Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here today, and I'm very excited that this center is opening today. We as governments really need a platform like this to have an open dialogue about how technology can be effectively implemented and executed within governments. And I believe, such a dialogue will allow us to learn from each other and enable new partnerships with private sector and with other governments around the world. I'm going to be speaking about how we look at technology from a human-centered perspective. And specifically, I'm going to talk about the judicial system and using technology to make the judicial system more effective and efficient. But before I start, I'd like to ask everyone, who of you knows this building? Okay, very few. So this is the Museum of the Future in Dubai. And it was launched a few years back with a very, deep message. The focus of it is to innovate for the future of humanity. This building was built using 1,024 plates, stainless steel plates that makes the shape around it. And it was built using robotic arms. And then if you see this shape has 0 columns in it. So this building is standing with a steel structure around it. Quite an innovation. And just to let you know, there is a huge ballroom up there hanging in the sky, in the middle. Why I'm bringing this up? Because there is a message behind the design of this center. The green field down, it talks about earth and nature. We as humans have always to ground ourselves back to nature and to earth, because that's the place where we're living, and that's how we need to maintain and sustain our environment. The second part is the torus. The torus is humanity and the continuous and infinite innovation that humanity has gone through, and how we want to go forward with innovating. And the void in the middle is us looking at the unknown future and imagining it and creating it as we go forward. I'm sure all of you are thinking, what does this have to do with technology? But I'm going somewhere with this. So the text, the calligraphy on it, is a text by His Highness the Prime Minister, Sheikh Mohamed Bin Rashid. And it says that the future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and execute it. It isn't something you wait for, but rather create. And this is actually calligraphy that's written on the Museum of the Future. And this is why I brought this up, because we're talking about, in this GovTech Center, we want to create a better future for humanity through enabling governments with technology better, faster, and more efficient. We in the UAE started the journey of digital transformation from early 90s. And all through, we kept on improving that digital infrastructure and digital environment until today. And in 2023, we have changed and had I would say, we shifted gears when it comes to digital transformation. We have launched the Government Services Development Model, which is Model 2.0. And this model focuses on human centricity in everything we do. So anything that is done here is designed by people who will consume the service and who will use the service. We design technology for people, not for the government. We design technology and IT systems for the citizens, not the government, and not to serve the laws or the regulations, but rather to serve the people of the country. And this is the notion of the new model that we're following. And thankfully, this helped us to achieve great ranks in global indices, and we hope to even grow better as we go forward. And we continue to imagine, to create and design a better future for humanity and a better future for people in the United Arab Emirates. And with it, now I come to my case study about the judicial system. I'm sure all of you know how the judicial system works. It's a very tedious process. People from all over come into this room where they sit and they deliberate and they discuss a case. You will have stakeholders who are like audience who will come. There will be defendants, there will be lawyers, there will be the judge, and there will be that, the record keeper who is sitting on the right. And all of these people have to drive, park the car, come and sit for hours discussing a case. And what we do is we always try to ask ourselves questions. How can we make something better? And we asked this question about the judicial system back in 2019. And that's what we were thinking. How can we make this experience easier? We know that people are not happy with it. We know that it's a difficult thing. We know it has to happen. But how can we make it better? And we chose to go towards technology. And what we did is we built 100% digital courts. Now, everything that is done in the court physically has been transformed to be on the digital platform. All parties can now attend the court online, including the judge, including the copywriter, the record keeper, the lawyers, the defendants, and all parties in the case. And people can attend to this from anywhere in the world, wherever they are. In the airport, on the aircraft, in the plane, in any place, all over the United Arab Emirates, people are attending. They don't need to travel to get to the court to complete that. And they can do that all over the world. Now, why I'm saying that? As I speak, you can imagine how much time does this save on people? How much effort does it reduce, on people? And this is why we pushed forward with this project in 2019. And this was enabled using a digital ID system. So people can be identified online without the need to be physically present. And we can be sure that this person is actually the person attending the court case. And if you see, all of the functions that are here have been transformed to a digital platform. So all of the digital exchange, all of the arguments that happened physically, we have designed it to be 100% equivalent in the digital world. And as you see, today people, like for example, the lawyer, can fill in their case and their deliberation and the arguments between them and the lawyer of the defendant on a digital system. It's like they chat with each other. In the real world, the judge has to be standing there and listening to them challenge each other. But here, the lawyer is not there. The lawyer is at home sleeping. And they can communicate with each other. And once they're done, they say, we are done with our arguments, then the judge can see it. The judge can see the case. This saved the time. This gave the judge more time to take on more cases. And everything that was said is replicated into the minutes of the case. And it's digitally and automatically done. There is no need for human intervention to do that. And all of the recording that this gentleman used to do is done by the lawyers themselves. because they enter the data into the system. So there is no need for somebody to be sitting there and listening to the discussion, because they're typing it in and it's translated. Now, all of the investigations are conducted online, and it gives the judge, as I said, more time to view and review more cases. And it's around the clock. The judge can review the case at any time, anywhere in the world. All of the notifications have been transformed from paper notifications to digital notifications. We use SMS, email, and other applications, and also mobile applications that are government apps to notify customers by cases. And all of the signatures have been moved from being ink signatures to digital signatures. And if you see, the court documents are published and they're all in digital format. There is no printed documents. And we have a digital seal and a digital signature. We have developed also a platform for anybody who gets a court document to validate that this document is correct and that the signature and the certificates on it are correct. This means that anybody can verify that whatever is in this document is actually the actual document. And then we have the digital wallet, and it's a storage that is provided to the customers to store all of the documents securely and keep them there for future reference. Also, in court cases, public can attend these court cases. And we have also allowed on the platform for people to attend these court cases from anywhere in the world. Now I want to go to the foundations. What did we do to do this? It's not only about technology. We had to change some things to make it happen. And remember what I said at the beginning. We are looking at designing for humans, and we focus on designing for people. So whatever we do, we need to consult with the stakeholders, ensure that the stakeholders are happy with what we're designing. So it's not only about having an online meeting, it's not only about video, it's about many other things. It's a fully governed process. We govern every aspect of it, because when we went and we started thinking about this digital platform, the judges said no, because this doesn't work. They said, we have to stay and we have to be on this bench and we have to have our hammer and we have to be there. It doesn't work to be on a digital platform. Then it took us time to convince the judges. When we finished with them and they were like, okay, we can try it, we went to the lawyers and we said, by the way, we're taking everything online. They said, no way, you're not doing that. They said, and I remember I was sitting with one of the lawyers, and the lawyer said, how can I show my client that I'm working hard for him or her? He wants to shout in the court. He said, online they cannot see how hard I'm working for them. So I told him, it's okay, you can put the volume up and you can shout, you can do stuff on the thing. But very slowly they got into it, But what we had to do is we had to change laws to make it possible. Because when we got to the point to go online, we realized that the law has written in it that the signature is using ink. Okay, it was very specific. It has to have a signature using ink. And then the rubber stamp, it's in the law. And it was so annoying for me because that was, something that slowed us down a bit. But then we went and changed that into the law. And we changed the rubber stamp into an e-seal, and we changed the signature into a digital signature. And that made everything else easier. So here we're saying that that the digital document can be fully signed using a certificate and accepted by law. I'll tell you a funny story also. When we got this done, and most of you are techies, so you would know that if a document is digitally signed, it is 100% from page 1 to page 30 or 40, it's signed. So it is validated that it is correct. But unfortunately, when we had the first case and two cases and the cases go, which has been happening for 4 years, the judges started getting upset because they say that this signature is only on the last page. We want to see the initials of the customer on certain pages. And we're like, what do you mean you need the initials? It's a digitally signed document. It is, and we got them experts to explain to them. They said no. And you know what? We told the judges, you are the customers, and we will do it for you. So now our team are right now testing initialing pages. So whenever it says on the page initial here, you can tap and initial just for the judge to be happy. Although it doesn't make any difference technologically speaking. So again, I want to reemphasize that it's very important when we're talking technology, we focus on what the customer wants. Even if you think that they're not reasonable, the customer is always right. Okay, so I want to talk about digital enablers also that helped us get there. I mentioned the UAE Pass. The UAE Pass is the unified digital ID in the United Arab Emirates. It's used by more than 9 million users in the country. This is almost the entire population because the rest are kids under 18. And it has the digital signature, the facial biometrics, all embedded within this enabler. And it helped us actually transform a lot of what we do and accelerate our enablement of customers through digital platforms. Then, as I mentioned, we have the UAE Verify platform. Anybody can use this platform to verify any government-issued document to ensure that it has not been tampered with or changed. So it's even more secure than the ink-signed document, because the ink-signed document can be forged, and you cannot really tell if it is forged or not. But with this, you can easily tell. Then we have the government service bus. It's an enabler that allows government entities to integrate with each other and ensure that we do this much faster instead of them doing everything and reinventing the wheel. And then we have FedNet services. It's the government cloud. It's an optional cloud that is given to government entities to host their application on it. And finally, the digital wallet, where customers can store their documents there to use them whenever they need them, share them through WhatsApp, through email, or even share them with the service provider when they ask for it. Now, I know I keep saying this a lot, but customers are really important and stakeholders are really important. And whenever we design, it's very important that we co-create with our stakeholders and we prototype. I really believe that 100% of the projects that failed have failed because the customers were not involved, the stakeholders were not involved. And people don't test. They go and plan a project that's so huge, it takes years to deliver. And after 2-3 years, they realize that nobody wants to use it. There is no problem of prototyping. There is no, we should not shy away from failing. We can experiment with our customers, and I think they'll appreciate it. And these stakeholders could be judges, lawyers, as I mentioned just now. And then we need to be partners with the private sector as government. And when I say partners, I'm not saying buy something from the private sector. I'm saying that the private sector needs to step up for the long haul, not just for this single project. It's for something that we're delivering for people, for citizens, for humans. And that's how we have to have the mindset. If your partner in the private sector thinks in the same mindset, then I say go ahead with them and work and be their partner. And then continuously have the customer councils. And we do that. It's a mandate on every government entity. Any development they're going to do, they have to sit with the customers. I think I'm done with time, but I'll finish very quickly. Of course, Upskilling is very important. We have multiple platforms for upskilling. Mohamed Bin Taliah University for artificial intelligence. We work with the University of Oxford for training. We have the artificial intelligence program. And then we have a program we call JAHIZ, which is an online learning system where government employees are mandated to listen to podcasts on it, to learn more about government technology and about new initiatives within the government. And these are examples of partners with us from the private sector. We've worked with PwC and Eتصالات Enterprise and Crimson Logic to develop the judicial system specifically. Of course, when we did a phased rollout. We did it with one emirate. Once we felt that it is ready, then we expanded it and went out full-blown to the rest of the country. And this is important. This is where you pilot and test, and you can do it much faster than thinking of rolling it out across the board. 94% of our court cases are done now online. Our courts are empty. Nobody goes there. We don't need the parking anymore. We have reduced the duration of cases by an average of 18% and reduced the time to get the first case hearing by 30% just by using this online digital platform. And we are much more efficient now. We can review the performance because everything is done digitally. We know if somebody was late in submitting something or somebody did not do it. It's different than when you do it online, offline, where you don't know what's happening and you cannot monitor performance. And everything is paperless. We have 0 papers in court cases unless it's an evidence for a crime. Then it comes. We have to bring the paper, and then we have reduced the carbon emission by 35%, which is amazing, and I think we're very happy about this. And finally, we didn't stop there. Now we have all of marriages are done online, so I can actually get married from here with somebody who's sitting in Dubai right now. And then the notary public, I can give somebody power of attorney to complete something on my behalf in Dubai while I'm sitting here with you guys, and it's completely online. And then we can do all document attestation, and it's all done online. And it's all thanks to digital certification that we have. The way we monitor this is we look at impact. If we have a technology, it doesn't make any sense to look at it from how it looks like or how fast it runs. It's important to see how it impacted people's life. If people are happy, then yes, it is a success. Otherwise, it's not. We design for humans, and we build connected and inclusive ecosystems, and use data and technology for a better future for all. I remind you again with the quote of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, this is the future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and execute it. It isn't something we wait for, and we don't want to wait for it. With you guys in this center, we'll be able to create the future. Stay hungry and stay foolish. Thank you.